take the work we can get. Choosing your master generally seems to be between boss A and boss B. We can only hope that boss B is a better option. How many working class people are allowed to work in the field that they choose and make living wages? No, we all live meagerly, doing jobs that someone else deems necessary. Our choice barely registers. Many of us, myself included, cannot afford to shop at the places that we work. Think about that for a second or two. I could tell you just about anything I make or create with friends I can afford. What does this tell us? Our labor's being taken from us. Every day you don't have enough time to work for yourself, your family, your community. You're being robbed. Robbed of the time to prepare a meal for the people you care about. Robbed of the time to grow as a person. Robbed of the time to see your children learn and develop. Robbed of your very life, day by day. I say robbed because your choice is work or suffer. The carrot may be an illusion, but the stick is very real. Our workplaces are anti-democratic. We have half of the best years of our lives taken from us and little say on anything. People call you lazy if you don't want to work on command. But who wants to be a slave, really? I don't resent someone who doesn't want to work for someone else's interest 8+ hours a day. Does pushing financial paperwork, making bombs for the military, or selling slave labor produced crap put food on anyone's plate or help anyone's quality of life? No, generally these things destroy working class families, and yet they're considered viable forms of employment. But when I help my friends, when I work for my community, when I make food, repair my own home or tools, I work harder than I would for any boss. Our labor doesn't end when we come home. It only becomes more valuable. As working people, we are constantly told that our skills are outdated, not useful, or that they aren't certified. Our communities still need to raise children, maintain public spaces, homes, transportation, produce and cook nutritious food. Working class people know how to do these things. We do them every day. Working class people do the labor, and we can decide who to work for. Struggling for real change in this way takes dedication and sacrifice. It means risking our very lives. But do we have an alternative? Yes, we can willingly go to work and have more taken from us every day. We can choose to give our labor in exchange for empty promises. Or we can make demands and struggle to make what we spend our entire lives doing have value. Our interests have and always be in opposition to bosses and the ownership of this society. The best worker for them is one without options, one without support. In short, a person to be manipulated and used to their ends. I'm asking you today to be a better worker for your community than your place of employment. We must demand the basic right to determine where the fruits of our labor goes. We as workers have the power, but only if we unite. We need to stop turning against one another. Labor rights, the environment, minority rights, women's rights, and so many other struggles that affect us all are connected. We all need one another, and we all need a place to live. Sexism, racism, homophobia, and forms of bigotry are our enemy. These false divisions destroy our communities, poison our children, and make us all easy victims. I know that most of you are nodding along to this, but I don't want your agreement. I want your action. Every day in the places you work, by the people you know, the people of your community, working class people are being discriminated against, and they ask where we are. We're right here, and we need to speak out and act out every day. We are the largest oppressed group as working class people. We are men, women, children, people of all ages, genders, nationalities, and creeds. What we have in common is that most of us spend our time, more of it, working than we do with our friends and loved ones. After a hard day's labor, we can come home to see ads in our face of more products and ways to spend our money and waste our time, and all that we just earned. This is our life in this culture, but it doesn't have to be. Factories can't produce without labor, and advertisers can't monopolize our spaces without us buying. The people in power never get anything done because they don't want to. And if we want to, and if we don't, because they don't want to Okay, let's start over here. The people in power never get anything done because they don't want to, and we keep consenting to their abuse of power. We do all the work every day. Fame, fortune, and political affluence only have the power that we give them, but we can take it back. As working people, we need to stop worshiping the cult of lesser evil. We aren't Hollywood icons, we aren't Wall Street business tycoons, and we aren't political elites. These things don't represent us, and they don't improve our lives. This manufactured pop culture is the poison we breathe every day. You get your paycheck from one company that runs your life 7 to 3 or 9 to 5, and you give it to a credit card company or a bank that rules the other half. The only thing our subjugated labor can pass down to future generations is more of the same. If you are obedient to a boss that wants to pay you as little as possible and keep your quality of life low, you're sabotaging yourself and your community. Yet we want this money to provide something for ourselves, our family and our community as well. But money evaporates. It's a trick of smoke and mirrors. As some of the former speakers have said, the working class's living wage has only gone down over time. So I don't have faith in the dollar. I believe in the community, the ability of people to act to change the world. We've seen working class people struggle for women's rights, labor rights, including the rights of children, civil rights, minority rights, and everything we take for granted today. We will always find ourselves in this conflict, so long as we don't control the means of production, what we work with every day. And the people in power are against our interests. All we have now is what we do for ourselves. We can't buy a better future or support our community with bank accounts full of worthless numbers when the economy collapses. If you can't help your neighbor, you certainly can't help someone overseas. I don't believe in this country or any other country, which is really just the domain of a government. This isn't anything to be proud of. I believe in people of the community. Patriotism is for this establishment working against us. It's never been run by working people, and it never will be. If you need proof, look at the veterans on the street in this country. Someone that goes abroad to defend the economic interests of the elite in this country can come back missing limbs, being mentally scarred, and they'll live on the streets, discarded like so much trash. I don't want the working class people of our country to go kill workers in a country. Of course, that isn't our interest. We shouldn't be going abroad to kill people, and we shouldn't be fighting in wars for interests that aren't our own. I believe in international change. Our community is fragmented and estranged today, but we can build from this day. I don't want to lead anyone, and I don't want followers. Rather, I want people to recognize our common needs, that we have the ability to help everyone in our community. We do have the power to create the world we want to live in. I don't, and you don't individually, but together we do. This power isn't in the voting arena with the two business parties, and it isn't voting with your dollar in the commercial arena. Your power is in what you spend your time doing every day, your labor, what you choose to do and not to do every single day. I was listening to some punk rock the other day, Pennywise to be exact. I heard the line, "All the things in life that you've been waiting for are right outside your door." And they really are. Presumably everyone here has come out to support working class people, to make this connection that builds community. And we are community. We're ready to act. We're ready to say that working class people aren't tools to be exploited. We're people with the will and the ability to create change. All over this world, people are fed up with corporate domination and cultural oppression. We need to understand our power. Change won't come from hollow words from above, and it won't come from our apathy or hope. Change will come when we dedicate ourselves to our community and our common needs. We have the ability, and we can unite as working people. Everything you need to change the world is in your hands. Raise your fist, shake the hand next to you, lend a hand to a neighbor, plant food in your yard, and defend the oppressed next door. Ultimately, we're here today for the people of our community. All power to the people.
All right, thank you, Andrew. We're going to get everything gathered up here, move the speaker system out of here, and I was going to say, David, can you hand out lyric sheets here? We're going to sing the Internationale. Oh, you got it? You got it. All right, great. Okay.